today I am at Lookup Park, little 9-hole pitch and putt course right next to the thruway right out by me. And the last time I was here, I was trying out the Berg, giving it another shot, seeing if I like it. Today, I have the new Eagle McMahon range. I'm actually kind of surprised this is the disc that he went with. I kind of think of him as like kind of a power thrower. I think most people would.
No way, it's coming out! What?
So for him to have a disc that is literally designed to not go very far, it's kind of interesting. Now, I think it's pretty clear that this is kind of like a Berg clone, MVP's version of a Berg clone, which is kind of becoming a little bit popular now, probably because of the success of the Berg. And I am a little bit of a known Berg hater. I don't hate the disc, but I've tried it a couple of times and it never really clicked for me. So I'm really curious if this is gonna be any different. I like the feel of it. It feels a little bit shallower than a Berg to me, and the rim on the edge, if you've thrown a Berg before, you know that kind of exaggerated puddle top can create this lip where you're holding it, where especially for forehands, it can feel a little bit weird, and that's a little bit less pronounced on the range. So I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but that lip just isn't quite as big. It feels a little bit shallower in the hand. Also, the plastic feels awesome. As usual with MVP, the stamp is also fantastic. Now, the flight numbers for this thing are 2 speed, 1 glide, minus 0.5 turn, plus 0.5 fade. I don't really know like why minus 0.5 plus 0.5 instead of 0, 0, or like minus 1 plus 1. I guess they're saying it turns just a tiny bit and fades just a tiny bit. I know the flight numbers for the Berg is 1102, so there's enough difference there where I think this could probably be a pretty significantly different disc despite being kind of a clone of that disc. The Berg is gonna be a little bit slower and kind of more of just a go straight and drop out of the sky, where this maybe is a slightly bit faster, not really any glide still, but might have a little bit of movement in the flight and just kind of go straight, which potentially could be a pretty sweet disc, honestly. So I'm playing 9 holes here at Lookup Park. Every single hole is birdieable. I want to set a mark for myself to try and beat, and if I can't beat it, I will give this away. So this could be the first giveaway of the year. I'm between 4 down and 5 down. It's a little bit windy, but I'm feeling like I could get past that mark. So if I can't beat 5 down, I'll give this away. So that means I'd have to get 6 down or better. And differently than the Berg video that I did when I was here, not only is it not covered in snow, but I'm also gonna use actual putters to putt, give myself a little bit of a better chance. But anyway, hole 1, 238, kind of just a straight shot. We got a little bit of a tailwind. I'm gonna throw it kind of like a normal putter. I'll give it a little bit of juice because it theoretically has pretty much no glide, and we'll see how it goes. I've never thrown this before. I have no idea how this is gonna go, so this is really just a first try right here. Because of the tailwind, I'm gonna put it out to the right a little bit. Oh yeah, that goes dead straight. It didn't want to fade. I thought the tailwind would maybe make it fade a little more, but it just went super straight and faded a lot earlier than I expected, or dropped out of the sky, I guess I would say, a little bit earlier than I expected. So I kind of, just off the first throw, I kind of already like it a little more than the Berg. Felt better in my hand. I kind of like the way it flew. I may need to have my putter save me a little bit. This is probably right out at circle's edge. Bit of a crosswind, we'll give it some height. Oh, almost. First throw, I got a better feel for it. Start getting some birdies. Okay, hole 2 going back the other way. 145, now we got a headwind, and I definitely don't want this to turn over. So we'll kind of see how it goes into the headwind. Being a 1 glide, wind really shouldn't do much to it. That's kind of, you know, what a disc like this is supposed to be marketed as. So I think I'm gonna give it just a little standstill backhand, try to get it up close to the basket, kind of play it into that hillside a little bit, see how it goes. Got a little bit of a breeze going out here, nothing crazy, but enough to make these putts a little bit shaky. So we'll try and put these close, especially because I haven't really had any putting warm-up, so this round is my warm-up. Now fade. Okay, I think it came a little short. Flew pretty nice though. All right, so far both of these tee shots have come up just about 15, 20 feet short of where I want to be. So definitely can be giving this thing a little bit more juice. I'm afraid of pushing it too far, but this thing definitely has like 0 glide. Oh, kind of dropped a little bit there. We're on the board, baby. I want to keep this thing. I'm not even kidding. I actually want to keep this. Hole 3, 151. Another shorty, kind of similar distance to the one we just played. Kind of more back in that tailwind area. You can go backhand and just kind of contend with those limbs out to the right a little bit. I like to throw a little forehand, and this should be an easy little standstill forehand. We can get our first forehand with this thing. Again, my biggest problem with the Berg, never felt like I got a good clean release with the forehand with it, so this feels better. So maybe it'll be a lot better in that regard for me. And we'll see, you know, it doesn't have that 0.2, it has that minus 0.5, plus 0.5, so it's like maybe not as much of a forehand disc. We'll definitely see right here, but I'll give it a little touchy look, and I'll try and give it a bit more power than I think I need because these have all been coming up a little bit short. Oh, it looks like we went a little long. It definitely turned over a little bit. It wasn't too wobbly, so maybe not so bad on the forehand. I think we got a little bit of a putt coming back. Didn't go in the water, but I think I got the distance a little better this time. Oh, we are pretty close to going in the water here. It drops off a little bit over here. We're about, I would say, 10 feet away from the water, but still not bad. A little bit of a pretty much straight headwind putt, honestly. A little bit of right to left. Not ideal. Oh my God. Oh, that was so close. I think the headwind saved me there. I was so afraid of just sailing it. Hole 4, this is a tricky one. 222, kind of like an island. You got a little bit of a walk out here, and then towards the end you can walk back off. But other than that, it's completely surrounded by water. It's kind of open on the left, and you can hyzer in a forehand to the basket, but there is kind of a drop off to the left. We're on a bit of a slope, and the wind is pushing right to left. With the little fade that this thing has, I worry that it's just not going to come back even if I put it out there on hyzer. So even though it looks like a nice forehand hyzer hole, I'm going to actually just throw it pretty much straight at the basket on a backhand, especially because this thing does seem to have pretty much just a straight glide. So as long as I aim it right, I think I should be able to get pretty close to the basket. Oh, go! Okay, maybe I'm pin high. Man, for some reason, every putt seems to be these ridiculous testers. With the wind and everything, just way too much. I got tailwind on this though, so it should be pretty easy. Just give it a little bit of height. It should drop in. Oh, not enough height. Well, that's another par. Probably one of the holes I would expect to get a par on, but I only got room for one more. Hole 5, we got 209. Left to right now. We were just playing this way with that tailwind. Now we got a left to right. So we should be able to just throw a forehand hyzer. If we show the bottom of the disc to the wind, although it's not the glidiest disc, it's one of the least glidey discs, we could maybe get a little bit of a push back towards the basket. I will try to aim pretty close to the basket, but this could give us a pretty good feel for how this thing feels when we put it on a bit more of a hyzer, because that last forehand I threw pretty much flat. 209, definitely a bit of a pump for a disc like this. You're probably throwing it most of the time inside 200, but nothing that's not doable. Like I said, we got to get to 6 down. We're through 4 and we only have 2, so not on pace. But I think hole 1 and hole 4 are both a little bit tougher than the rest of the course. Oh boy. Oh boy. I threw that so bad. All right, we're gonna need a miracle to make this work. Okay, we got the roaring throughway next to me. A pretty good wind, left to right. We'll kind of knock it down a little bit, but one heck of a death putt. This is probably just outside the circle. I don't think I'm gonna step it though. I'm just gonna try and let it just glide into there. Pretty much gotta make this putt because otherwise I have to birdie out, and I don't think that's happening, but we'll try. These Flex 3 P2s, definitely more for the summer, not so much when it's 50 degrees and windy. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh. It's okay. We'll just birdie out. We'll just birdie out. It's okay to make a mistake. We can still birdie out. Hole 6. 170. Kind of a stiff headwind now. Wind's picking up. I think I can just throw a little backhand here on some hyzer. You know, wind shouldn't really become a factor with this disc, and it really isn't that much, honestly. It's more on the putts. I'm just not putting it close. I'm not familiar with this disc yet. I'm not saying it's bad. I actually kind of like it, but yeah, this is there's some swirly but stiff headwind here. Well, try and put it close. Don't you just love the sound of trucks flying by me about 300 feet away? Go, 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 go. How does it go completely down into a headwind? It just went nowhere. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to give this thing away. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I really thought today was gonna be a mostly calm day. It is really windy now. Like, it just picked up a couple holes into the round, and now I've got like 20 miles an hour just into my face. Well, I could technically make this step putt. It's about a 60 footer into a headwind. Oh man. Keeping the dream alive. Oh, and it doesn't fade. And it doesn't fade. Oh, this is just going so bad. Oh, why did it have to get so windy? Man, it was 10 miles an hour max on a wind gust when I got here. It was so beautiful. Enough wind to make it a little interesting. I set it at 5, you know, I gotta beat 5. I guess I can still get 5 by birdie out, but like these next 3 holes are kind of tough. The front 9, this whole thing is 9. The front part of the course was kind of the easy part. This is like the hard part. I mean, they're all pretty easy. Anyway, hole 7, 210, pretty much a straight shot. Got a little bit of left to right. Shouldn't really make much of a difference here. Or a headwind, I don't know, it's swirling all over the place. I'm just gonna rip it. I'm gonna give it some height, because I could still throw in and get to 6 down. So that's kind of my only hope at this point. Oh, the wind's just carrying it right. That got pin high. Dude, how is every putt 25 to 30 feet? I've had, I think, 1 putt that was actually easy. And it's a straight headwind. Oh my goodness gracious. I just want a birdie. I don't even care anymore. I'm done with the challenge. I'm giving this thing away. I just want to get a birdie. Oh, you're a headwind. You're supposed to go up. You're not supposed to drop. Oh, I'm losing it. Look at this fine tee pad right here. Yeah, I think I'll be planting right there where it's just all muddy. Okay, hole 8, straight headwind. It's right in front of us, 218, but there's all those trees in the way and it's on a slope. I'm just gonna throw a backhand because everything into a headwind just seemed to wanna just turn over with this thing. I mean, it doesn't really get beaten up by the wind too much, but it's certainly not a disc you wanna be throwing a whole lot in windy conditions. If you like Bergs, you probably want a Berg or a Berg X for that. This is a little bit too straight. Even though it doesn't have much glide, it can still get thrown around by the wind a little bit and leave you with 25 to 30 footers when you could just be parked with something a bit more overstable and reliable in the wind, as you've seen with me today. And yeah, you know, I don't think I'm making 30 footers in the wind too much right now. So honestly, I just want to get 1 birdie on these next 2. If I can birdie both, get the 4 down, I'll be happy. Challenge is over. I just want to get another birdie before I have to leave this course. Here we go, backhand into a headwind. Just gonna throw it straight at it. Hope it doesn't turn over too much and roll down the hill. That's my only worry here. Or hit a tree, obviously, because there's like 400 trees in my way, but just straight at it. Oh, and I slipped like crazy. Almost died, hit a tree, 40 footer down a hill. I mean, what was I even supposed to do? There's nowhere I could have planted and had it been whatever. Well, if I didn't make those last couple of putts, I'm sure shit not making this one. Oh, and you can't tell from your view, but that tree to the right of the basket, directly in my view, just takes away any reasonable line I have to the basket. I will be throwing a hyzer, probably ending up with a 20-foot comebacker up the hill. But god damn it, I'm gonna try and put this thing in. Oh, or just hit the tree. Option B. Okay, Mr. Disc. Go in your home. Hole 9, 233. Wide open, stiff headwind. Basket's on a hill, so you don't want to go too far past, but you do want to get it there because you don't want to be putting into a headwind down that hill. You know, when I started this video, I put the score at -6 to get to, thinking it would be a close battle. Maybe I would get to this hole and have to birdie it to get to 6 down. I don't know if this version of the video was more interesting than that version. It was certainly more frustrating, that's for sure. I'm definitely giving this thing away, so I guess I'll say it now. Go to my Instagram, I'll give this away. If you don't win the giveaway, go to otbdisc.com, buy it, use my code in the description. Should still be warm up. You'll get free shipping. I like it, I genuinely like it. I just don't think it's good in the wind. So I guess I just picked a bad day and a bad score to set, and I didn't check the weather thoroughly enough. I'm gonna throw this on Hyzer because this thing has been turning over into the wind, and hopefully it just gets down there and is good. But I think I really want this birdie right now. Oh, I didn't give that nearly enough Hyzer. I'm a fraud. I'm a total fraud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. How far is that? Almost edge of circle 2, probably somewhere inside circle 2. Well, I could technically make it. Oh, but I did not. I did not in fact make it. That did not go how I wanted it to. I really thought I was gonna be able to put up a good score here. It just got so windy, and for better or for worse, this isn't a wind disc. The sad part is, despite the round not going great, I genuinely do like this disc. Like, I think it feels pretty good. I didn't get a ton of forehands on it, but it did feel better on forehand than my Berg. It just wasn't as stable as a Berg, and it felt really good on backhand. I wish I could try it out a little bit more with some nicer weather, but I can't do that until I get another one. So I'm gonna be giving this thing away. You can go to my Instagram in the description. Same handle as my YouTube channel. I'll be giving this thing away sometime later in the week or next week. Yeah, that's the range. It's pretty good. Pretty good alternative to the Berg if you want something that flies a little straighter, maybe a little shallower, a little bit easier in the hand. Thanks for watching that complete disaster. I'll see you next time. Peace.